Hey there, Jed Coburness here from jedcoburness.com. Welcome to Talk Therapy, a tool that I use to just get to know myself. It's about as best way, it's about as shortest way I can say it. I'm going to start again with these daily affirmations. Anybody can do them. 8 words. I am, I can, I will, and I believe. I am Jed Coburness. I can do everything that I say. I will hold my words as truth and law, and I believe. So today I have no idea. As most days of the week, I have no idea what I'm going to be talking about, because that's the whole point. I should just hit record. Just hit record and see what falls out of your yapper. And that's the coolest part. Because I could be talking science, exercise science, I could be talking weight loss, I could be talking, I don't know, life. It's crazy because last night I had my first session with a new client, and it was awesome. Like, it's not at all what I was expecting. Actually, I didn't really have any expectations at all, because that's the point. When you walk into something with no expectations, man, you just win. You win. Like, I expect nothing from today, but I kind of just feel like everything's gonna happen in a good way. But the point is I think a lot of us expect, right? We expect everything. And then when it doesn't happen, we're disappointed. We can't be disappointed if we didn't do the work for the expectation to happen. Simple as that. It's just truth. Put in the work, do the work. And I know I talk about work. I've been talking about work a lot lately. And I think it's because, well, I mean, truth be honest, I think it's because my body is like the strongest it's ever been. I think I'm like the leanest I've ever been. I think I'm the strongest I've ever been. It's crazy. Like, it's a lot of fun. And usually I would be doing like some self-sabotaging type things, like eating some extra foods because, oh yeah, I've been working really hard lately, and doing, oh yeah, I can have this little extra stuff. And it, like I haven't been doing that, because in my mind it's like, no. You've done that before. Basically, it's the awareness. It's the awareness that I have to that when I get to that point, like when I get to the most leanest I've been, like the furthest I've been ever to, like a 6-pack abs and stuff like that. And I got them, I think. The pictures don't lie. And then I start thinking, oh, okay, well, I can have an extra piece of pizza, or an extra piece of candy, or whatever it is, an extra handful of chips. But why do I think like that? Well, I mean, it's reward, right? The external reward system in our mind says, oh yeah, you can have that. It's the analytical mind saying, yeah, you worked really hard. You should have a whole piece of cake and ice cream and pizza. Why not, right? Like, and you can do that every now and again. But if it's literally for the fact that you've been working hard lately, no. And this is just me telling myself that. I can have a few extra pieces of candy because I've been working really hard lately. No, man, that does not fit within your alignment of what you're trying to do. Stay lean, stay healthy, stay happy, fun, positive, whatever it is. But I think too many of us get into the mode of reward. And that's actually statistically true, like scientifically true. You get into week 4 or 5 of your new, quote-unquote, new program, and then what? Then you start to gain weight and go, why? It's because you're overcompensating because you think you've been working harder. Now, that's not actually a bad thing to think, because you probably have been working harder. But when you increase your caloric intake and go, oh yeah, I can have this because I've been working hard. Oh yeah, I can have this because I've been working hard. But when that happens and you do those too many times, then you gain weight. A lot of people think we gain muscle. No, we do not. You don't gain muscle if your pants still fit the same. You're not gaining muscle if your shirt still fits the same. Now, if it fits differently because your shoulders are popping out, you got a kind of bigger chest, stuff like that, and you can feel the muscle, then that's probably true. But the best way to know is by your pants, right? Like your waistline. That's where you're gonna know. You're gaining weight and you think you're gaining muscle and your pants fit the same, then you're not gaining muscle. No. It's a general statement, but it's pretty damn accurate for most people. Because our waistline does not lie. It just doesn't. And that actually fits for both genders. It just does. And if they don't, if people don't believe that, you're lying to yourself. And you can hate me because of that. And I'm good with it. I've noticed since I've not eaten a ton of sugar that my waistline has dramatically went away. Like I'm down to a 32 again. And it blows me away. I haven't worn 32 since high school, like probably freshman year of high school, just after I dropped a bunch of weight. Yeah. So it happens. It's just sugar. It's just being aware of your emotions. Becoming familiar with yourself and knowing the triggers of life. What pisses you off? Okay, then why? Just getting to talk with people is a big deal. Getting to talk to people is a big deal. And then when they talk like with me, not back at me, but when they talk with me, then there's some real change happening. I'm pretty excited. Last night was awesome. That was a great session. And on top of that, I'm starting to gain some momentum around the community, and it's not, it's only been a year, a little over a year. That's a pretty good turnaround, because people don't know who I am still, and that's okay, right? I wear the vest and look kind of goofy, and that's not for attention. I don't wear that vest for attention. I wear that vest to become familiar with different parts of life, trying to figure out what it feels like, trying to ask myself what this feels like to be 60 pounds overweight, just to feel, right? Because if anybody says, oh, it's just a push-up, you can do a push-up. It's just a squat, you can go all the way down. If you have 60 extra pounds, I get it. At least I'm starting to get it. But I think some days we forget, right? We forget to just stop. To just stop and breathe. So like, our autonomic nervous system, it breathes for us. Like, we don't have to think about breathing. We don't have to think about our heart beating. We don't have to think about our blood pumping through our veins and our arteries and our oxygen exchange from O2 to CO2 and where that happens and why that happens. It just does. there's actually some pretty concrete evidence from deep breathing, from stop everything that you're doing, just sit. If you want to, close your eyes and just breathe, and like concentrate on just your breath. You don't have to do it forever. Like, you don't have to sit there just for 15, 20, 25, even an hour. No way. Take like a minute. Have you ever sat down and actually like thought about how much a minute is? A minute's a long time if you just stop and like feel what a minute feels like. Sit there and breathe some deep breaths for a minute and see how it really increase your awareness of how you feel afterwards. It's pretty crazy cool because you just feel nice and calm and actually energized, because what you're doing is you're getting more oxygen within your body. And what does oxygen do for you? Well, it helps aid in the repair process, right? The more oxygenated blood you can get circulating through your body, the better your circulation is. And when you have better circulation, your body can repair itself. I don't think many people think like that. Take a minute today and just breathe. Right? Over and over and over again. Maybe for just a minute. And then tomorrow, try a minute and 5 seconds. And the next day, try a minute 10 seconds. I think we look at the therapeutic minimums too much and think, well, I got to get at least 10 minutes of something in today, and then if I can't get it, I'm not going to do it. So like 10 minutes minimum is what, you know, the bare minimum for movement and for physical activity and for this and that, you know, put out there by everybody, by any kind of association possible. And then if you can't get those 10 minutes, what you're going to tell yourself is, well, I'll just do it tomorrow. I don't have 10 minutes. Okay? Well, maybe intentionally do 1 minute today. And then intentionally double that tomorrow. And then intentionally double that tomorrow. And you don't have to do that exponentially, because that would be nuts. After about 5 days, you'd be going there. You know, you don't want to do that because that's too much change. But intentionally increase it a little bit every day. Now, have I done all this? Yes. It just takes practice and work and work. There we go. Practice and work. And then that's why I created these WODs, the workouts of the day, because they give you 3 things, and 3 of the most important things, I think, is consistency, determination, and community. Those are big. If you have those under your belt for your health and well-being, you're done. You're done. You win. And you keep doing that. It's just how it works. It's just how it works. So, that's it. That was a good one. That was a bunch of random, but that was a lot of fun. So as always, if you're willing to change from the neck up, you will change from the neck down. Whoa! Whoa. That was fun. Nice little yawn. Means my brain needed some oxygen just then. I believe in you. Now it's your turn to start believing in yourself. Stay safe out there. Be blessed.